the 2-run double, the 2-run homer. What an incredible night for you at the plate. Can you just describe what you were feeling up there in your at-bats tonight?
No, I can't really describe it, but I felt pretty good. You know, it's good to feel good. It's good to help the team. And pitching did amazing, keeping them off the board, really. So, you know, it was fun.
And Mookie, the lineup has changed so much behind Shohei and you. What was it like to see a guy like Tommy have such a big night in the cleanup spot tonight?
You know, I think that's the beauty of our team. It can change, but whoever's in the lineup is good, and they're gonna follow the plan. They want to win, and so that's why we are up 3-1 right now.
Go to Peter in the second row on the left.
Hi, Mookie. I know you spoke yesterday, I guess it was, about taking extra swings. Just how, I guess, what did you kind of find as you've done that, and what was there something that really clicked for you in these last few days with that extra work?
I mean, a lot of stuff has clicked and hasn't worked, and some worked. Today worked, but tomorrow's a new day, and I'll come work and try and find the same feel. But you know, it's just a lot of work. God really answering prayers, all those type of things, and so it's just good to know that I helped the team.
Go to Dylan right up in the front.
Mookie, after Ohtani hit that home run to start the game, did you kind of figure, you know, it'd be the type of game where, okay, now they're going to start avoiding him, and that you're going to get chances to get good swings?
No, by no means. I just know there was a stretch there for like 2 or 3 at bats. I don't even think he saw a pitch remotely close, which I understand, but it's going to be tough to just walk him all the time, especially with the lineup and the guys. Freddie didn't even play as well, so. You know, we'll see if they want to continue to do it. Then that's okay. You know, I just have to make sure I take care of my job and the guys behind us. That we can only control what we can control.
Come over to the right side, third row on the right, on that end.
Hey, Mookie, can you just talk about the way the offense has been able to work the Mets pitching staff, drawing walks, keeping the line moving, and the consistency that you guys have provided?
I think just following the plan. Our our coaches do a really good job in preparing us, and the guys, we all believe in them. We believe in each other, and we know, like I said, whether the plan is right or wrong doesn't really matter. It's just at least we follow the plan no matter what, and it's been right so far.
Go to Juan up in the front.
Mookie, right before Game 3 in the Padres series, you kind of mentioned you deleted social media and kind of all that stuff. Like, how hard is it to avoid the kind of the outside noise at this time of the year? Like, how does that motivate you, and how do you kind of remind yourself, like, I'm pretty good at this too?
You know, it's tough to really get away from everything because everyone's watching. You know, there's family, friends, you know, you guys, everybody is watching, and while I'm doing this, I'm talking, so there's no real way to get away from it. So really just getting it off my phone, spending time with my kids, my wife, my family. That's really just the easiest way to get away from it, and then sometimes I just go into the locker room and just sit by myself, just to get away from all the things that are going on, and then you can reset and come back to it. So it's tough, but if you want to do it, you'll find a way.
All right, we'll do 2 more, and then we'll bring Yoshi up. We'll go to Pete down here in the front.
Yeah, I don't know that you do. I think I've tried to manage those emotions many times. I think you just ride them. You just ride those emotions. I mean, it's tough. I may not do it all day, but when the game starts, you just got to ride those emotions, embrace them, the highs and the lows. Like I said, I've tried to stay even keel and all those things, and at a time like this, that doesn't really work. So you just got to jump on the roller coaster and enjoy the ride.
Doc. Whether it's the injuries to the pitchers, Freddie being out, your all-star first baseman, former MVP, it doesn't seem to bother you guys or affect you guys the way it would other teams. Why does this team have such a next man up mentality? You know, win for Freddie, whatever it may be. Whoever's down, it doesn't. You guys don't skip a beat and you just keep on rolling. Why is that?
I don't know the answer. I think part of it is we've dealt with it all year. With very key contributors, and it's a clubhouse that's very welcoming to new players, whether by way of trade, waiver wire pickups, young players that get called up from the system. It's a very focused group, tough group, and it's something that is probably something that I feel proud that we can hang our hat on, that there's never been any excuse all year for our club as far as winning the division and winning 11 games in October. And, even as recent as this year, to not have Freddie start a playoff game, but there was no excuse. We were expecting to win this game tonight. And so, yeah, Michael, it is that next guy up mentality, and the fight that I've seen in these guys. I don't think you can kind of quantify it, but I do believe that, the mindset, the attitude, is applicable and manifests itself into winning baseball games.
Go to Ed in the back row.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Ed.
What are your emotions about how dominant you've been these last two games?
Emotions, probably. I'm still, we still have a lot of work to do. We got to win one more game this series. I love the way that our guys haven't let off the gas, in the sense of, I think that, the outcome of the last two games, certainly if you watch the games, doesn't tell the story. And so the way we were able to add on the last couple nights has been huge to win a long series. I think we're so right now, I'm still kind of enjoying it a little bit, but I'm already thinking about Peterson tomorrow. So, yeah, we still got some work to do.
Go to Dylan in the front.
Dave, we saw it near the end of the regular season, right? A couple times Ohtani got walked intentionally, the way Mookie kind of responded to that today, right? The first 3 hits came out right after Ohtani got walked. How do you think Mookie kind of takes that when he sees, them basically not challenging the guy in front of him?
I think he took it the same way Vientos took it. Personal. and that's okay. That's okay. And I think that, he understands whether it's a manager putting 4 fingers up or, you're throwing intentional balls 2 feet outside, you're going to go after the next guy. And so I think that Mookie takes it personal, like, all competitors should. And I do think that stuff like that lights a little fire under him.
And do you have a starter for tomorrow? And if you do...
Flaherty, Jack's going to start.
How did you kind of get to that?
I think that he gives us the best chance to win tomorrow. And so it's regular. We have our full slew of guys behind him. And, there's a sense of urgency to win this game tomorrow.
Juan.
Dave, after the first 2 games against the Padres, kind of everyone was talking about, what's wrong with Mookie, right? And then after the first 2 games here, what's wrong with Ohtani? Like, how much do you think those guys kind of pay attention to that stuff and kind of motivate themselves?
I think Mookie certainly much more than Shohei. So I think that Mookie getting a couple knocks, but tonight was certainly a breakout. Even the way that he can go backside and hit a line drive to right field, the homer on a breaking ball that he was missing, in past series. So I think that bled into Mookie's psyche a little bit. But I think with Shohei, I don't think much affects him. I really don't.
Come down to the side on the right, Bill.
When you talked to us before the game, you said you were a little unsure about whether Jack would start tomorrow or not. Did you see something in this game that you and the team determined would go with that, or is that just didn't want to say anything till after?
No, we were still kind of deliberating, but after tonight, just talking to the pitching guys, the front office, and Jack, most importantly, we just felt that tomorrow's the day. So he's lined up, and that's kind of so not really what went into the game.
Okay, and also just I know it's a little lost with all the offense, but can you speak to the job Phillips and Trinan did at the point they came in?
They did a great job. They did a huge job, and obviously Evan. There was some traffic there, some stress. Certainly, getting out of that 5th inning was huge. That part of the order I felt was a time to deploy him, and then to kind of go back out there created some stress. But for him to get the 2 outs with the bases loaded, for me, I just felt that at that point in time, I think he was up to like 31, 32 pitches, and that's a pivotal part in the game. And so I felt, at that point in time, I think he can still be alive for tomorrow. and I just felt Blake was the best chance to get Winker. And fortunately, he lined out to Mookie. And yeah, both those guys did a fantastic job. And I think the culture in the pen is they just pick each other up. Regardless of when they get the baseball, they're ready when called upon, which is huge.
Go to Andy on the left side.
Hey, Dave, you've been pretty open, in the second half and the postseason, just about how challenging this year has been for yourself, for the guys in the room. I'm just curious, knowing all that, how does it feel to be one win away from the World Series?
It feels good. I think that we've done a good job putting ourselves in this position. I sort of like the us against the world attitude that our guys are sort of taking on. I think that's kind of ironic, with the Dodgers, but I like that. I haven't enjoyed it yet. I'm not good at enjoying things in the moment. But yeah, once we win 5 more games, then I'll be much happier. But yeah, Andy, I'm very excited to be in this position, and I just want to keep our guys hungry and focused and not let these guys back in the series.
You guys usually are the world.
Right. We usually are. That's fair. We usually are the world. That's
that
right.
wasn't really a question.
That's right.
We'll take 2 more quick ones. Jeff in the front, and then we'll finish up on the back right.
Dave, with the quality of stuff that pitchers are throwing around baseball right now, how difficult is it for hitters to lay off, and how impressive, conversely, is it that yours have been able to draw 32 walks over the first 4 games?
It's remarkable. And leading the way is Max Muncy. I was just made aware that he set a postseason record with consecutive times on base. And yesterday, he didn't swing at one ball, one pitch out of the hitting zone. Given all the stuff and how you're seeing different arms and the stuff, the velocity, the spin is so good and late. It's remarkable. I still believe that these players are better than they've ever been, and given, obviously, with information and things like that. Today was a good one for us in the sense that, Quintana, he nibbles, and he's a crafty veteran pitcher, and you've got to be really stubborn in your hitting zone. Our hitting coach did a great job. I thought we did a good job using the big part of the field, getting to the pen, taxing them, winning pitches. And, when we get to their pen, we've done the same thing. So we've had a lot of good looks at the guys in their pen. And the one guy we really don't want to see, we haven't seen much of. So to keep him in the pen is a good thing for all of us. But outside of that guy, we've seen everyone else. So I feel good about that. And I think we got Peterson tomorrow. So we've seen him. And, the goal is to, get him out of the game and, make him have a short outing.
Do one last one, standing up on the right.
Knowing personally how one play can turn a series around, how much is there any added incentive to getting it done tomorrow and not letting the Mets come up for air?
Absolutely. Every play is big. I think that Carlos would like to have some plays back on their side, some at bats, and I'd still even, I'd like to have some defensive plays back, and we didn't convert some outs that cost some pitches. But yeah, we don't want to give these guys any momentum, and we feel good. We got some momentum, and we got to continue to come out, with some intent tomorrow. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Doc. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, guys.